Alrighty, welcome guys to episode 3 of the ABC show, the about to be cancelled show. We've made it to 3 episodes. Well, I don't know actually because we haven't posted this yet.
Yeah, premature. That's a common problem with DOMs.
Why? Come on, mate. Don't out me within 10 seconds. We ain't even started yet.
Yeah, we ain't posted them yet, so we don't know. But hopefully we'll get to see this one.
Oh, this is going to be a good one, guys. I think this is the one that will get us cancelled.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about, Tony?
Cool. So we have trans LGBT HQ TV LGBTQ whatever the fuck you wanted to call it. That one.
LGBTQ
HDMI TV.
HDMI TV 4K
ready.
Amazon Fire Stick.
We've got that one.
Yep.
We've got trans in schools.
Being taught trans topics in schools.
Trans topic in schools.
We've got that female boxer that's...
Female boxer.
Is she female?
Is she female? Is she
I think you should define female as, would you?
Depends how many beers, to be honest.
How many beers does it take? What's the Olympic ruling for how many beers for would you?
Yeah, how many beers did the umpire have before he let that woman start knocking 7 barrels of shit out of other women? Like, literally. It was like fucking Mike Tyson in there against an Italian. Anyway, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
How many beers?
Probably 2.
Oh, he's got low standards. I think it'd take more than 2. Anyway.
Depends how long it's been. Depends how blue the balls are.
All right, what else are we talking about? Fucking, I've lost my train of thought now.
Okay, so we've got the female boxer, if you want to say that, female mouse.
Oh, we're going to talk about dating. What type of traits you want in a woman.
Yeah, well.
Or a female boxer.
I mean, mine, as long as...
Save it.
As long as it ain't got a dick.
It's coming up. Heavy holes go. Let's just crack on. Let's start with the gay pride stuff.
Gay pride.
What do you think?
What is it about, Dom?
Well, you should know.
Me and my community started Gay Pride Month.
Aren't you the number one advocate,
I'm the
mate?
number
You
one
started
advocate.
it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with bumhole every now and then.
That's what the T stands for in LGBT.
I actually am going to be completely
Tony.
honest. I understand. Yeah, LGBT Tony.
LGBT Tony.
I actually have no idea about this topic at all.
Good.
I don't really know enough about it.
So you're going to sound really intelligent when we're talking.
Probably just stereotypical old white guy about this topic.
Old Italian is even worse,
Italian
mate.
white guy, like, hey, forget about it.
Oh, good. We'll get some good sound clips then and get us cancelled.
Yeah, so I think you tell me what it's about.
Okay,
Educate me, Dom.
I think it's turned into a whole month now, where it's Pride Month. So it's the month of June, and I think I might get this wrong. It's the 28th of June is Gay Pride. Well, it's not even Gay Pride Day. It's LGBTQ, whatever the fuck it is.
Hacks.
Pride Day, yeah.
Dom knows the date, the time, the location. How many times have you been there, Dom?
I'm in disguise, mate. I'm in my drag queen outfit when I'm done.
That's when he turns into a Thai boy.
Thai, Chinese, and But anyway, it's about raising awareness for LGBT. I just can't be asked to say the word pride. General issues that they face, and I think it's a day of celebrating what they believe in.
What issues do you think they face?
What issues do I think they face?
Yeah.
Well, 52% of them I read have depression. 52% of gay people, I think it was, have experienced depression.
Yeah.
46% of trans have experienced depression.
I mean, it would be quite traumatic cutting your knob off.
I'd be pretty depressed actually if I chopped my knob off.
I mean, like, because it's like, you know, like when you get a dog at Christmas and then like you've got to put up with it for fucking 15 years. Like imagine you.
We don't put up with our dogs 15 years, mate. We eat them.
You eat them, yeah. Unless you're Dom and you eat them. But
China number 1.
Imagine like one day you woke up and you think, I know, look, everybody's talking about chopping their dicks off, and you go and do it. It's irreversible. You're going to be depressed.
Well, yeah.
What if you made a mistake?
So I'll be a bit more serious now. I think
I was being serious, Dom.
I suppose you were.
What if you woke up one day and you thought, oh, I'm just going to have a little play? Oh no, maybe not.
To be fair, I'd be pretty depressed if I had to take it up the arse as well.
Ooh, would you though?
Would I?
Would you though? Okay, why?
Okay, so I've had a lot of gay clients, obviously. Good looking. You know, muscles, big shoulders. You know how it goes. Anyway, so I've experienced what they've gone through. A lot of them have gone through in their younger life, for example. So I think it comes back to back in the day, 90s, 80s, whenever they grew up, they were very marginalized. So I've had stories from gay clients where they grew up not feeling like they could come out because they'd just get absolutely rinsed, or their family would disown them, for example.
Yeah.
Which is why they like to celebrate nowadays that there's a gay pride day.
Sure.
So I've got nothing against that at all. I totally understand.
But has that gay pride day stopped their dads being any less disappointed with their son when he comes home one day and says, "I want to be a woman"?
Well, that's trans, isn't it? So it's different. Well, that's the thing. I really think it's lazy labeling LGBT. Well, the T, I think, is so much different to the G and the L.
I don't even understand.
T is trans, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
So
LGBT.
If you fancy a man and you're a man, that's just the way you were brought up.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about that. I think chopping your dick off is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit extreme. Do you know what? None of it bothers me. Like, I don't care what people do. Like, you always get weird and wonderful people. Everyone has their own opinion. I think that's what makes people great, is that everybody's different.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with anybody, whatever they choose to do.
Well, like with women, mate, you like fat asses. I like athletic.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. Yeah, is it? It's not a problem. Like, I don't look at you and think, oh, well, you like athletic and I like...
It's a problem for me, mate. I'm going to celebrate the fact that I like athletic girls. I'm going to start
I like a big bum.
AG Day, Athletic Girl Day, where I'm just going to go out and I'm going to...
BB Day.
What's BB?
Big batty.
I just get all the big booty girls into one place.
Yeah,
why don't we do that? But, okay, so this is where we can spark some genuine debate, though. Why do we need to see that on our TVs? Why does it always get shoved as an agenda in front of our faces?
People's faces. I don't know. Like, if somebody came and tried to say to, well, I don't have kids, but if I did, tried to say to my kids, oh, you should cut your dick off. Like, it's like, I would fucking kill them. I would lose my shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they're telling people to cut their dicks off, but I think they are telling the kids that that's an opportunity.
Yeah, subliminally they are.
But the problem with that is you get people that are, like girls, for example, that are tomboys. Yeah, they just like boy stuff. They like playing football. They like wearing those baggy shorts. They like wearing boys' clothing.
Yeah.
But I've seen stories where these girls grow up and they like men. They're fine. Like they're just tomboys when they're younger. But if they're being told, oh no, the reason you like football, the reason you like masculine things is because you're actually born in the wrong body. You should be a man. And them as an impressionable 13, 14-year-old thinks, okay, yeah, why don't I go do that? And they make an irreversible decision that they then regret later on in life. I think that's terrible.
Yeah, you can't... It's chopping your dick off is not just for Christmas.
Yeah.
You gotta live with that for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Like, you can't sew it back on after.
Well, you could try.
You could try, but...
I mean, we're Chinese, we haven't got much to sew back on.
It would be a good thing for you. You'd actually have a dick for once. But in all seriousness, it's not a decision you should make lightly. It shouldn't be.
Not as a kid.
Nah, not at that age, because like you say, the young generation are impressionable. So whatever you start to make acceptable to them, they then start thinking about things that they probably never would have. Like, you shouldn't, like, it's the same way you wouldn't talk to kids in primary school about porn. And I know they have brought it in, talking about, like sexual things to stop them getting molested and things like that. And I know there is certain way, but they're diplomatic about the way they teach them. They don't start showing them fucking somebody getting absolutely nailed on a porn video. Do you know what I mean? They'll be diplomatic about how they teach them. But,
so I wonder if they are diplomatic about the way they teach transgender in school, for example.
Well, I don't think so, because I think that I've seen clips of, like, especially in America, where you've got this like full-on trans woman, scary looking fucking thing, going into like a young group of or a young class and teaching. Like, what the fuck? It just doesn't need to happen.
So this is my take on it. I think fair enough, you can raise awareness that there are transgender people, there are gay people, there are lesbian people, and that we should accept them in society. But once that's been said, we don't need it shoved in our face. Yeah, get over it. That shouldn't define you as a person. It comes back to that thing where we're taking the piss about Athletic Girls Day or Big Booty Girls Day, that doesn't define us.
No.
The fact that we have preferences with our sex.
No.
So why should it define you as a gay? But I get you were marginalised maybe as a kid. Like the gay kids might feel like they couldn't have come out, but we don't live in that society nowadays. If anything, you come out nowadays, you're celebrated. So why does it need to be?
I don't think anyone gives a shit really anyway. They're making an agenda out of nothing, in my opinion.
It's distraction tactics, isn't it?
Again, yeah, I think it's just another one of them bullshit things that they dangle out there. It's like, all right, now it's another community of people that are against another community of people.
So here's my take on it, because I've got obviously gay clients. I've got some of my close friends I could say are gay because they've been my clients for a long time. I'm good friends with them.
Yeah.
I have no problem with someone celebrating Pride Day. I have no problem with it being a thing. I have a problem with it being shoved in my face over and over and over again like something I should celebrate when I don't give a fuck about it. I don't really want to see loads of that. So why is the agenda constantly being pushed in our faces? Yeah, you want to raise awareness. Yeah, you want to celebrate the fact that you're gay, you're lesbian, whatever. But I just do not care.
No.
Like, I will treat you the same regardless. And I think 99% of people will do that. So you're creating this day to go against the 1% that might think that it's weird. Yeah.
But does anyone even care?
No, I don't think
Like,
they care.
realistically, I mean, it's not like probably years ago where it would be like, so unheard of that it was a thing. And it's like now.
Well, yeah, people back in the day would get,
abused for it.
Abused for it, yeah, which I don't think is right.
I think they like that.
Chains and whips.
I think they like being abused.
Maybe they do. All right, let's change topic. What about that boxer?
No, but wait a second.
Okay,
but I was just going to make a point. I was just literally going to say something.
Are you coming out? No. You can tell me, mate. It's a safe space.
Why did you sound like a Chinese grandfather then? Oh, you're coming out.
Did you get an A star on your maths?
You're like an ass. What was I going to say? It was fucking golden. I've lost it. We'll have to move on.
That's all right, mate. You can tell the camera you're coming out.
We will have to move on. I've lost it.
Tony is coming out, and he doesn't want to say on camera.
I don't, if I see somebody and they say they're gay, I'm like, cool. Like,
cool. I don't
just
care.
Don't touch my ass and you'll be all right. No, but I genuinely don't care.
Okay,
I don't think anybody cares.
I want to expand on it a little bit, in fact.
So there's something I follow called Save the UK on Instagram.
Okay.
And there was a video that literally I saw like 2 days ago, and it was like a pride thing, and you got police in uniform with rainbows on their face and whistles, dancing and acting like absolute fucking clowns.
Okay.
Yeah, for this Pride Day thing. Now, I'm not being funny. That's a complete mockery of the system. People in uniform are supposed to be people that are feared and supposed to be protecting. My tax money is going to fucking this twat on that video in particular, dancing and parading and prancing around in a fucking UK police uniform.
Who's going to respect someone like that?
Do you know what I mean? It was actually frustrating to see that. And the car as well. The car that they had all fucking rainbows on it and shit. Now, I'm not being funny. That is taxpayers' money. That's criminal damage. Who said that they could do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Who okayed that? What fucking lunatic said that, these are supposed to be feared people of the community for us to respect them and respect the law. And they're driving around in a fucking pony police car with rainbows on it and dancing and parading at this thing. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
It's an absolute mockery. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah. I just don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, like the people, like whatever, like have your day. Who
Yeah.
cares? But just don't, why is it a month now? Why is it? And
it's too much. The point is, it's too much, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other thing is where's the H in that?
What do you mean? Is there a H in LGBT? Q or H?
Is there a H?
Maybe H stands for ho.
No, but the H needs to be heterosexual.
Oh yeah, fucking! I'm a dumbass, mate. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Why are we not celebrating heterosexuals?
Yeah. Because ultimately, let's just say that the whole world, this agenda just got further and further and further. All it's going to do is eventually, long term, is depopulation, surely.
Well, if everyone's gay, yeah.
Long term. So it's like, why are they so reliant on pushing that agenda?
Hold on a second, mate. I've just businessman with a business plan.
Go on.
I actually love gay pride. I want everyone to turn gay because there's more women for me and you then.
They won't, because who will be producing them?
Who are we producing the women?
Yeah.
Just me and you.
No, but I mean, who'll be making the babies?
Oh,
Eventually, that era is going to go, isn't it?
oh shit! Actually, if it's just me and you, they'll be like semi-related to each other. And
Yeah,
like incest.
I know you Chinese do that, but Italians don't. Yeah, I married my cousin. It's okay. She have 5 baby for me.
She's been great honour to us.
We eat 5 dogs.
Okay, let's change the topic now. The female boxer.
Oh yeah, was it a man, female? What do you think about that?
What do I think about her? Not very.
Do you reckon you could knock her out?
I reckon I'd have a chance.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
I think I'd beat the shit out of her. Now, joking.
Nah, she'd fuck us up, man.
Yeah, well, it's a bit wrong, isn't it?
If I saw her in the street, walking down the street, I would think she's a man. The jawline,
But it
the
is,
muscle. I think she's got some weird thing where she's got. Men have X and Y chromosomes.
Yep.
Women have double X's, double D's,
Double B's.
double X. Now I'm a biochemist, I know this shit.
Okay, so we got some
So
men at X and Y.
I think she does have the right chromosomes, if I remember right. She's got 2 X's, but they're like, she's weird. She's got too much testosterone, which is why she's so muscular and looks like quite manly. And the whole thing they're going on about at the Olympics is there's no clear definition of what is a man and what is a woman.
Yeah.
So the fact that she has female genitalia, she's got a vagina and boobs, defines her as a female, even though she's maybe got 2 times the normal testosterone levels. And like, obviously I know this from gym, from science.
Yeah.
If you have more testosterone, you're going to be a fucking animal compared to a woman, because you are going to just be so much quicker, so much stronger. It's not a level playing field at all. So that's the problem, I think, is that she's got this hormonal advantage, but I think technically she's a woman.
Right. But my biggest concern for her is who cooks the fucking dinner?
Do you reckon she cooks it?
I reckon her fucking fella gets beaten up.
Do you reckon he's crawling around on all fours?
Cook the dinner now!
Yes, okay.
And he's like, okay. What was her name? His name. She's her name.
Her name? Oh, I don't know. She's Moroccan.
Moroccan.
Probably like.
I saw another video. There was like a female boxer jumping up and down, and it like zoomed in on the penis area, and there's little willy bobbling up and down.
Oh shit!
She
Really?
was in the female Olympics.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
when does a clip become a willy?
When it's I don't know.
Can it get erect?
No, but it was literally like she had a dick.
Oh, that's gross, mate. What the
Like
fuck?
she had a dick.
Oh,
It was a trance.
would you?
Would I? Only in Thailand. Nah, of course not.
Oh yeah. So that's where.
I think it's bad.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think she should have been allowed to compete?
I don't know, it's a weird one because like they're saying that like when I first heard the story, I thought she was a genuine just like trans, like man turned into woman.
Yeah, I think it's been confirmed she's not actually trans.
Right. But she's virtually a man.
She's virtually a man in that her testosterone levels are really high, and she's got that huge advantage.
Yeah.
So should she be allowed to compete, do you think?
I mean, my biggest or the thing that annoys me most about this whole topic is that I didn't know that she was or he was entering. Otherwise, I would have literally stuck my life savings on her to win the gold, and I would have been a millionaire.
Yeah, shit, we should have thought of that before, didn't you?
Literally, if I'd known she was going to be in it, I don't follow that kind of sport, to be honest. But if I'd known, I would have literally got my life savings, gone to the Betfred or wherever, and put a bet on her to win the gold.
Well, this is the thing. When you've got men versus women in the sport, and if she's virtually a man by her physical characteristics, even though she's technically a woman, it is just not a level playing field. Have you seen those videos where you got like, I think it was Crystal Palace's women's team or something like that?
Yeah.
And then there's a male footballer, and he fucking rinses like 5 of them and scores a goal by himself against the professional women's team.
It's just like...
It's not a level playing field, is it?
No.
And there was a story that I think some under-14s team beat the US women's national team like 10-0 or something.
Yeah, I heard that story as well. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's genetics, isn't it? They're trying to... going back to the LGBT shit, they're trying to like change history, in my opinion. And it's just not going to be done. It's not going to be achieved.
Make things acceptable that don't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got no problem with it. If you're gay, whatever. Who cares? You know, if you want to cut your dick off and become a woman, that's up to you. Like, nobody actually cares, but just don't shove it in people's faces. Why is it an agenda? Why is it news that they're reporting? Why is it got to have a whole day of celebrations for it? And we've got our police that we're paying for marching down the road, fucking parading, and all this mad stuff. It's just all crazy to me. None of it makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't mind the fact that they are parading. It's just the fact that there's so much coverage of it.
Yeah,
because
like,
you celebrate what you want, but no one cares. Give the people what they want to see. What about women's sport? What do you think about women's sport in general?
It's the thing that annoys me about that whole thing is that they try and talk about the pay gap.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have a problem with women doing sport. Of course not. It's whatever. Do what you want to do. If it's but my thing is when the women moan about the fact that they don't get, let's say footballers, for example, don't get paid as much as the men. But actually, if you look at the stats and the percentages they actually get higher percentages than the men.
Compared to their revenue.
Yeah, the only reason why they don't take home more money and the men get hundreds and hundreds of thousands in comparison to what they get is because the sponsorship deals are bigger. The more men follow men's football.
More people are watching in general.
More people are watching, buying t-shirts, spending money on it, going to the games, going to the stadium. So there's a lot more money for them to have. So their percentage of what they take is actually smaller.
Yeah.
If you look at it like
so, why should the women get paid equally when they're not attracting an equal audience?
Well, how many women go and watch women's football?
I don't know many.
Probably not many.
Well, like Madison, for example, she's just not interested in sport in general. Like, she won't watch it. And I find most women are like that. They just don't really care about other sport.
Yeah.
And as a man, you generally want to watch other men play sport, because my personal opinion with football, for example, is that it's just higher quality.
Yeah,
They're
I
quicker.
like the women's Olympics, women's
Why do you like
Olympics
the women's
volleyball teams.
Oh, why is that, mate?
Just makes good viewing.
I think it's just a really good sport. Like,
Yeah, I love volleyball.
they're just so good at hitting the ball. Like, they do it so precisely.
Love it. And the noises. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it adds to like the atmospheric ambience, doesn't it?
Little shorts.
It's a great sport. Oh, is that? I heard you competed for Team Italy as Antonia
Antonia.
in the women's volleyball.
Just wanted to get in the locker room, to be honest.
You fucking perv.
But now, in general, I don't see there's an issue with women's sports at all. Like, women should do whatever they want to do, but just don't make it an agenda. Why has everything got to be a thing that's pushed in people's face? Like, we don't get paid.
Yeah.
We don't get paid as much as men. Well, fucking get your women friends to go and pay for the games, watch the games, and you'll start earning more money.
Well, let's talk about it this way. How many men ballerinas are there?
Probably the only one I know is you.
I mean, I'm graceful.
Give us a pirouette.
Like, why is there a pay gap in modelling, for example? Why do female models generally get paid more than male models? Are men going, there's a fucking pay gap in this, it's unfair? No, it's supply and demand at the end of the day, isn't it?
It goes back to the same thing, is that men will pay to see. It's right. Men are not tight. Clearly, both examples. They will pay to go and see a woman model, right? Or pay for pictures, or pay for a fucking OnlyFans or whatever, because they're simps. Yeah. They spend their life wanking over football games and stuff like that. Whereas women are not interested in going and paying, in most part, for a man's OnlyFans.
I don't know, mate. I feel like I could get a little fan base.
Yeah, of all gay Chinese men.
You know what? It's quite funny. On Instagram, I will never get women simping over me.
Nah.
I'll get gay men all the time. All the time.
That's because of your aura.
What, do I give off a gay aura?
You give off gay vibes.
Gay energy.
Asshole.
My
aura is gay.
I have a big asshole ready for you.
I don't know. But do you know what I mean? Like, men will spend money on shit all day long.
What do you think of men that simp on OnlyFans?
To women?
To women.
Let's say that a lot of women nowadays are not accessible to these men.
Okay.
I think because the way society has evolved, women are now a lot more free to do what they want.
Okay.
Let's say they sexualize themselves a lot more now than what they used to.
Yeah.
So their confidence levels are 10 times higher than what they ever would have been previous. Let's say if I'm a woman and I stick a photo on Instagram and I get fucking 300 likes, and it's a photo of me in a bikini, then suddenly my head would tell me that I'm fucking a popular, good-looking girl. When actually, when she takes the makeup off and looks like an absolute Godzilla, the reality is that she should probably go for somebody that would simp over birds on OnlyFans. But it's the arrogance in the whole. You know, like I can go on social media and I can have 100 men in my DMs and so on and so forth. I'm going to be arrogant.
Maybe it's arrogance, but I also think it's good business. If you're a woman that can get fucking 10k a month from simping over your pictures, fair play to you, I think.
Are they all rich? We hear about a few examples of people that are rich. I had this woman on my Facebook who started doing it. And she's like, literally, I was thinking, like, one minute she's putting up, like, married photos. The next minute she's putting pictures up with, like, 2 black guys. Like, oh, hey, watch my...
Bro,
and I'm thinking, fuck me, imagine being her dad. Like, and it's like, so obviously she's not making enough money from the OnlyFans because she's clearly, like, trying to do porn and stuff as well, right, to make the money. But there's no skill set.
I don't think it's a good thing to do. I don't think women should aspire to do it. But I think if a woman's making a lot of money, then...
Short term.
Yeah, it's possibly short term, isn't it?
It is, because you're aging.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a simpy man that's constantly perving over women, let's say you start perving over a 25-year-old, she starts her OnlyFans. By the age of 30, she's old, haggard, not as good looking. She's probably had loads of fucking dick, and then they're looking at another 22-year-old again.
I suppose.
So, like, she's lost that business.
Supply and demand by that point, isn't it?
You know, so it's short term.
But what I want to know is, why do you think these men do it in the first place? I couldn't fathom the thought of paying money to see a woman in lingerie or even see her tits. Like,
but that's because you're confident to get a woman. You have a woman.
Well, it's not just that, mate. I can go on Pornhub and see that for free. Why do I need to see it? Why do I have to pay a subscription to not get anything from it? Why do they do it?
I don't know. I think maybe they feel like it's like someone they know. Do they talk to them when they get in their pay?
Yeah, I think they well, you know, mate, you have subscriptions, don't you?
I've got about 1 million, yeah. I'm literally broke for doing it.
You earn 20k a month, you spend 10k a month on OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans, yeah, fuck that. I've never even been on it. Do they talk to them? Do they feel like they've got somebody to speak to if they're lonely?
I think they build personal relationships with their subscribers in a way, but it all comes down to like sexual tension at the end of the day, because I feel like maybe these guys think if they pay enough money, they'll eventually get to meet this person. But
probably. But
it's a really deluded thought, because realistically, you're a loser sitting in your mum's basement, and this is a hot girl. She's never going to look at you.
But that's how Tate made his money, wasn't it? Andrew Tate.
Yeah, cam girls, wasn't it?
Yeah, and lying to these guys, and you know, he's very honest about it, saying that they were typing for the girls and like filling these guys' heads with shit, and these guys were paying thousands and thousands of pounds thinking they were going to meet these girls, and then they just got absolutely rinsed.
See, I believe in personal responsibility. I believe that as a man, you should realise when you're getting rinsed. Mm-hmm. So I don't see what he did as particularly bad.
No, I don't at all. If a guy's an idiot and going to spend his money on that, thinking that he's got a chance with, just look at I'd say this: look at yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself this: if you was a 10 out of 10 girl, would you sleep with you? And if the answer's no, then don't go and spend your fucking wages on trying to have something with a model that's just not gonna.
That's just taking your money and rinsing you.
Yeah, and even not even just on OnlyFans. Like if you go out on a night out, understand when girls are just rinsing you, because like a lot of guys, I think, are naive to it. Like a girl can like speak to a guy and he'll be like so smitten in seconds, like, oh my god, this beautiful girl.
She likes me,
and then she'll just rinse drinks off him all night, and then you just see him like walking home like.
I've got a client like this. I won't say which one because you'll probably know, but I've got a client where he'll meet a girl. And it's always like, oh, I'm so smitten by her. I'm so in love. Like, she's amazing, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And there was this one particular scenario where he had this friendship with a girl who was clearly out of his league for quite a long period of time. Like, she was, you know, he's overweight. He's a bit smelly and stuff like that. He's not particularly good looking. And
the penny dropped.
Don't say it, mate. Don't say it. And there's this girl that's not super attractive, but she's skinny, and they were like friends, and he was always saying to me like, oh, I can get her, and I didn't want to break his heart and be like, mate, she's using you, you're out of, like, she's out of your league. But it eventually happened. Like he took her away and nothing happened. Like they didn't even sleep together, no kissing and stuff like that. And it was made very clear it was a friendship. And at that point, he'd spent thousands of pounds on this girl.
And then he went downstairs and fucked a pork pie.
So like, but that's pure. That's where you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, would I sleep with me if I was this girl? And if the answer is no, then fucking do something about it. This is where gym's really important. Get yourself in shape, become a confident man, you can get girls.
Listen, women are savage for it, and don't blame them. Like, they're by nature, I think they're manipulators anyway. I think, you know, they understand how to get what they want. They're good at it, and I don't blame them. Yeah, no, I don't blame them.
What do you look for in a woman?
You definitely don't want the good time girl. And to me, my definition of a good time girl is, don't get me wrong, like, have fun with a good time girl.
What's your definition?
Like, let's say somebody who wants to be out every weekend, you know, they're the typical slaggy fucking girl that's out every weekend, looks good, whatever. You know that you can have fun with her. You know that she's the good time girl.
Yeah.
But you know instantly that is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't fall into that trap of liking the good time girl.
I think men do that though, especially if you're an inexperienced man and you come across the good time girl.
Yeah.
She's fit, she's fun, and you think, oh, I can turn her into a wife.
Yeah,
I don't think she's going to be a very good wife. She's going to be fucking annoying.
No, because in my experience, women that have that moral standard for themselves anyway don't do that in the first place. They don't need to go through that phase of sleeping around before they meet their guy and then they settle down, like when they're fucking... Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm ready to settle down now.
Throwing a sausage down a tunnel.
I'm going in. I don't, like them girls are just bullshitters. Like, they're never going to change. They're always going to be that type of person. That's the type of person they are. Yeah. But if they come from like good family morals, they won't ever do that in the first place. They will look to settle down. They'll look to have a family. And I'm not saying it has to be a woman that's going to sit at home, cook, clean and all that bollocks, but I'm saying they're more likely to be inclined to be a better wife or a better girlfriend in my experience.
Yeah, in my experience that's the same as well.
Yeah.
The girl that isn't sleeping around loads, the girl that is kind of more homely, wants to have children, comes from a good family, is so much easier to be with than the girl who is sleeping around and just wants to party, because they just get bloody annoying after a little while.
But also as well, I think they lose their ability to bond. The more sexual partners they've had, the less likely it is that they can actually bond with somebody for a long-term partner. Whereas I think that's completely different from men. And it's the opposite in actual fact. I think that women actually want a man with more experience. Yeah. Because if you're a woman that's had a few relationships, whatever, and then you meet, let's say, like a virgin guy who can't
they're not attracted to...
They're not attracted to that. They want to be taught, in my opinion. They want to be taught something. So you have to have the ability to have an advantage on them in that sense.
Yeah, as a general sense, that's the general dynamic I think works. So. The man's more experienced, the woman's a bit more homely.
So the man can lead more.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that to be true. And there'll be a lot of people that say, oh, that's not true. Like,
you're a misogynist.
You know, yeah.
Tony is a misogynist.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I can sleep with loads of dicks and still love somebody. Like, no, you can't, Doris. Fucking,
Doris.
You're fucking...
Doris, the 70-year-old who's had 50 dicks in her life.
Doris sitting there with her fucking fanny flaps touching the floor saying, I'm ready to settle down now. Like, who wants that?
At 70.
Who wants that? You know, what man in his right mind wants that? And also, I would say this as well, and I know this is going to sound real sexist, but I believe it to be 100% true.
Here we go.
I believe it to be 100% true. The dynamic is women are more valuable when they're younger than men.
Okay.
So let's say I'm an 18-year-old, a woman's an 18-year-old. She is 10 times more valuable than me at that age.
Yeah, men become more valuable as they age. I really agree with that.
But at 30 and 30 now, we're both the same age. I'm 10 times more valuable than her.
Yeah, I'd say I actually agree with you.
The reason why is because as men grow and get old, let's say when we're 18, the reason why they're more valuable at 18 is because they will be able to have the ability to meet people who are already successful in their 30s, and to a 30-year-old who's meeting other 30-year-olds that has loads of baggage and whatever, an 18-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever, is going to be far more attractive for him.
Okay.
And an 18-year-old, we're here together, and I'm the 18-year-old. Not earning enough money at that point. I don't have enough sexual experience. I don't have enough life experience to offer her, blah, blah, blah. So that's why at that age, she is 10 times more valuable than me.
I think it comes down to what men look for in a woman versus what a woman looks for in a man. Yeah. So I think I said this on another podcast. What women primarily look for is status, ambition.
100%.
Looks matter, but they're not as high up on the priority list. Whereas I think a man, primarily the initial attraction anyway, comes down to looks, and then the status. I don't give a fuck if my woman's a multi-millionaire business owner, because I think women in general, as a generalization, will look for a man's status and his ambition. So if you're the man with this millionaire woman who doesn't have the status or the ambition to become like her, there's a good potential that she's not attracted to you. But there's also very good potential that woman's a bit different, because maybe she is attracted to a man who's got lower status than her.
Likes the kind of what would you call it?
Strap on.
No, she likes the what would you call it? The security of it,
or the boy toy.
Maybe
the boy toy, yeah.
But it's security as well, I suppose, in a sense, because they'll feel like maybe that I'm holding all the cards here. I'm more valuable in this relationship, so I know he's not going to go off and cheat on me and sleep with loads of different women and blah blah blah. Maybe it's that dynamic.
Good take, yeah. I mean, we speak in generalizations here. There's obviously lots of different relationship dynamics that work. But I think if you've got young men listening to our podcast right now, become successful, work on your status, work on your ambition, and you will get more women. Simple as that.
Yeah, for me personally, I would always rather be the one leading.
Yeah.
As a man.
I do think, in my experience, as you get more sexually experienced as a man, you become more attractive to women.
Yeah.
Some will say, "Oh, I don't like it," but
no,
they don't believe that really. Whereas I think as a woman, when you become more sexually experienced, you actually become less valuable.
Yeah.
To a point, like, you know, if someone's slept with a few guys, they're not massively.
No.
Like, I don't need a virgin.
No.
Virgin Mary. Like,
they don't exist anymore anyway.
Well, yeah, if a girl says she's a virgin and she's 30, she's lying.
She's probably a guy.
She's the boxer.
It's probably that boxer.
Yeah. So is she high value?
No.
Hey, come on, you'd marry that.
No, I like old school women with no dicks.
She's got a nice jawline, mate. She'd make some good kids with fantastic jawlines.
Yeah, but then imagine the fights.
In bed.
Not just the fights in general.
Well, she's like, Tony, cook me food.
Who's made the fucking dinner?
In an Arab accent.
Yeah.
Tony, cook me food.
Tony, make food now.
Tony, where is your burqa?
Yeah.
Put your burqa on when you go outside, Tony.
But what's your type?
Fit.
Yeah. That's it.
Nah.
You must look for values.
I'm the relationship. I'm the relationship guy, mate. I'm looking at family values as the number one priority for a girl that I want to be with. The relationship girl, family values is probably one of the top things I look for, because I come from a good family. I've got three siblings.
Yeah.
Parents are still together. I want my girl to ideally come from a similar background,
yeah.
or at least want to have that background with me. Moral wise, like obviously the usual stuff, like doesn't lie, doesn't cheat, like blah blah blah. And then, of course, I've got to be physically attracted to her. So I like slim, athletic girls. But I think because I've elevated myself as a man, I come to where I can choose.
So I
wouldn't date a fat girl.
Let's play a game. Let's go shag, marry, avoid. let's put this into context. Hypothetical, yeah. Shag, marry, avoid.
Okay,
right.
Let's play.
We're going to go with celebrities, because then people will know them.
Okay.
Let's go. Right, you've got Mila Kunis.
Oh yeah, nice.
You've got Britney Spears.
Okay.
And you've got Katie Price.
Okay, fucking hell, Katie Price.
There's a reason why I picked them girls.
Well, Mila Kunis is obviously getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's the only one that's not a weirdo on there. Avoid. Who am I avoiding out of Katie Price or Britney Spears? They're both a bit weird, aren't they?
Has Britney Spears got kids? I think she might.
I don't think it matters. I don't care if I'm shagging someone. It's not. I don't care whether they've got kids or not.
Yeah, but you've got a tiny Asian penis.
Maybe they want to avoid me.
Katie Price's shit out Harvey.
Shag Britney Spears. He's a big boy, isn't he?
He came out like, oh, what a day.
That's gonna get us cancelled.
Oh, what a day.
Shag Britney Spears, avoid Katie Price.
Wow, what, just because of the tiny Asian penis?
No! I'm going on attractiveness, mate. I think Britney Spears is a little bit more attractive.
Katie Price a bit older, isn't she?
Yeah, what would your take be?
Give me 3 different ones.
Okay, shag, marry, avoid. Boxing Moroccan lady.
Wow. You can't. Wow, that's a curveball.
Average pride transsexual.
Wow.
And Chris Ruggiero.
Nah, come on, because they're all men.
No, they aren't, mate. You can't fucking say that. It's 2024.
No,
what are you on about?
Give me 3 girls.
3 girls. Okay.
Ones without dicks.
Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. I'm going to go for fit ones, actually. I've got Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
We've got...
Wow.
I'll go Mila Kunis again.
Mila
I'll
Kunis.
use your Mila Kunis. And then the third female celebrity, who is... You like them big booty girls. Shakira.
Ooh, that's hard.
Shakira.
That's quite hard, Dom.
Go on.
So Margot Robbie is actually like my celebrity crush.
Oh, she's mine as well, man.
Yeah, there's just something about her, isn't there?
She's quite homely. I like her vibe.
Yeah, I think I'm going with marry her.
Okay.
I'm going with... That's difficult. How do you avoid Mila Kunis or Shakira?
You got to do it, mate. You got to do it.
I think I'm going to go with avoid Shakira, only because she old as fuck. And, you know...
She might make too much noise as well. She's got some lungs.
She'd be like, I'm on tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to keep up with her, I reckon. She's still got them moves, so I'm avoiding that. It's just avoiding embarrassment.
That you can't perform.
Yeah, when she's just like, Shakira, and it's just like, in 2 seconds.
Fucking hell, bro.
What a game that was.
What a game.
To throw into the mix.
Legendary. All right, there was one topic. We'll make this the last topic before we end this episode, but I did want to talk about. What do you think about, I don't know if you've noticed it, when you watch any Netflix show or you watch any advert on TV, you never get a true representation of the population. Like an Indian person in a drama that's set in the 1700s in England. Like, for me, that doesn't make sense. What do you think about it?
So you got like Bruce Almighty film is Morgan Freeman is God. Have you seen that film?
No, I haven't. No.
Bruce Almighty. I think that's what it's
Morgan
called.
Freeman is God.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind that, because God's... It doesn't matter if he's got black skin or what. He's just a depiction of what's meant to
Imagination.
be... Imagination, yeah. So he can be black if he wants.
Can be anything. But it's kind of, it's what you're saying, isn't it? It's like...
What do you think of it?
For me, if I'm watching a film, as long as the actor's good, I don't give a fuck who it is.
Yeah,
but if it's like, for the sake of it, we've done this for an agenda. Imagine I saw an interview once where it was I think it might have been on Piers Morgan or something like that, where it was a guy that was saying about this, why it should happen and why they should have diversity with actors in roles and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And then there was a midget who was on there, and he was kind of saying, if the part is a midget, why would you not have a midget playing that part? Why would you have somebody else playing the part of a midget or something along them lines?
Well, yeah, that's playing devil's advocate, isn't it? It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I make a really good example with that. With the Black James Bond, people will say, oh, you're being racist. Of course James Bond can be black. You know, I actually wouldn't care. If Idris Elba was James Bond, I think he'd actually play the role really, really well. Yeah. But where I have a problem is, can you imagine if there was a white Black Panther? Can you imagine if Hugh Grant's playing Black Panther?
Yeah,
Can you imagine what would happen?
Wow. Yeah, it would be uproar.
There'd be fucking
We'd have Black Lives Matter all over again.
Yeah, yeah. It would be fucking cancellation left, right and centre if Hugh Grant was Black Panther. Yeah. So then why is there... I don't think Hugh Grant should be Black Panther, by the way. But then why is it allowed the opposite other way around?
Sounds like you're trying to get him a job.
Hugh Grant, do you want to be Black Panther?
Grant, would you be?
Can you speak like this?
Let us know.
Wakanda forever.
Let us know, Hugh.
DM us.
I'll call you after, mate.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Why should then, for example, you've got a 16th century medieval king who is in Britain. He's obviously white. Why is he played by a black guy?
Agenda,
exactly.
But yeah,
but you notice things like this as the viewer, and then I think it distracts you from the show because you're thinking that's a bit strange. Why is he on there? I got a really good example actually. Do you ever watch Rings of Power from Lord of the Rings?
Nah, I was never a Lord of the Rings guy, to be honest.
Mate, I'm a fucking geek.
Nerd.
I'll give this as an example. So, Lord of the Rings, the books, the elves are described as fair-haired and white-skinned.
Yeah.
In Rings of Power, which has obviously come out recently, you've got a black elf.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense because he's the only one that's black as well. Yeah. So, like, where's he come from? Why does he look a bit different? Because people, at the end of the day, in a non-racist way, people look at someone who looks a bit different and think, okay, where's his lineage? Where does he come from? Why does it make sense? It's got to make sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any problem with there being black elves if there was a description in the books where there were black elves, for example.
Yeah, there has to be synergy. Like you said about the Black James Bond, like if you've watched any James Bond episodes, you know, each episode or each is leading on from, not necessarily leading on from the last one, but it's like the evolution has gone from actor to actor, but it's always been a similar type of James Bond, right?
Which makes sense.
So now suddenly, if you watch it and it's a Idris Elba, for example, it's like it's a different movie.
Yeah.
It's not James Bond anymore. It's somebody completely different.
I actually think Idris Elba would be sick as James Bond.
Yeah, but give him he'd be sick doing a lot of films.
Create his own spy film.
Create his own spy film. Yeah, something different, because he's got some fantastic films. He's obviously an awesome actor, and he'd be great. But it's like watching EastEnders, right? For example, and suddenly Phil Mitchell's black. Suddenly, Phil Mitchell went away for a fucking week, and then he came back, and he's like, right, Phil Mitchell, Dot Cotton, she coming up, wagwan, brother, get me that tomato juice. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like fucking.
Like Phil Mitchell. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Like,
please just make it happen.
Send Phil Mitchell away, like right into his script. That Phil Mitchell goes away for 2 weeks. He comes back, and now he's black.
By the way, for those of you listening, we use black as an example, but the same thing would apply for Chinese, for Indian. Like, you got a medieval king. You shouldn't have a Chinese actor playing him. I shouldn't play Henry VIII. No. If I was an actor, I shouldn't be Henry VIII. I should be. I don't know who's half Chinese.
I just can't get that image. when this goes out, put a picture of Phil Mitchell black out, like just pop up in the corner.
That's gonna get us fucking cancelled, isn't it?
No, but seriously though, like what would happen? You know, if you're watching something and it's like a repetitive, if it's the first ever one, yeah, it's like you don't know any different. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But because you've always watched the James Bond example as it's James Bond is James Bond, he's a white guy, whatever. Now suddenly, if you see Idris Elba doing it, it's just weird. The whole dynamic's done, and it's only being pushed because of an agenda purpose.
Yeah, yeah. It's for diversity's sake, and I think there's smarter ways to include diversity in films.
Make him a villain in the film.
You saying black guys should be villains?
No, but I'm saying, why does he have to be James Bond?
I'm
James Bond can't be different. James Bond is James Bond.
Yeah, so I'll give another example, like, show my nerdy side here. House of the Dragon, which is a Game of Thrones spin-off.
Yeah.
There's a family in House of the Dragon. They're a black family.
Yeah.
They're called the Valarians. But they make sense because they're from the same lineage. They've got like blonde hair, but they're black, so they all look really cool. Why is that funny? No, but
I've still got Phil Mitchell in my head.
I can't deal with that. But you know what I'm saying? That it makes sense in the world that you're building. Whereas the Rings of Power example I'm giving, it doesn't fucking make any sense. Like, where has this guy come from?
Yeah. Because for me, it's about changing the narrative of the film, isn't it? Like, the characters make the film, right? And like, if you change the characters, something as dramatic as that, then it changes the whole dynamic of the film.
Because looks do matter at the end of the day.
100%. I'm not saying that a black guy can't look good as James Bond, because Idris Elba's in great shape. He would be cool as fuck.
He's cool, yeah. I like him.
But if it was the first ever James Bond,
yeah,
because we've seen James Bond as Pierce Brosnan and all the other ones, it was just weird, isn't it? It's just like I said, it's the Phil Mitchell.
If Idris Elba is James Bond, let's start a petition for Hugh Grant as Black Panther.
Black Panther. I'm all down for that. No, but it would be weird, wouldn't it? Like,
he's posh as well.
Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, nah, it'd be weird. It's like Harry Potter suddenly coming in.
Black Harry Potter.
They make a new Harry Potter and the Ganja Plant. Harry Potter and the Order of Jamaica. And then he rocks in a Wagwan.
Wagwan.
How you say? Expelliarmus, brother.
Oh shit, man.
He's like that with his joint. He's like that. With his wand, lights it up. Expelliarmus, brother. No, that's stereotyping how
Black Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh mate, okay. Sorry, I'm still laughing.
Chinese Hermione comes in.
Chinese Hermione.
Hello, Harry.
Hello, Harry.
Were you like a dog? Ron
And the
Weasley.
Indian Ron Weasley.
Whoa, but he's still ginger.
Hello, Harry.
What happening, Harry?
Harry, what are you doing?
Harry, we're going to play Quidditch.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, I think it's time to end this episode,
Yeah,
mate.
before we kill anyone.
Before we get killed ourselves. We can get people knocking on our doors for this shit, man. Fucking hell.
Funny. Well, another one.
Another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Right, guys, episode 3 of the ABC show. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Rate our podcast 5-star, please. Don't cancel us.
Subscribe
Subscribe to what? Subscribe to our OnlyFans accounts.
Subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Yep. Send us feet pictures.
Dom dressed in a wig.
And Tony, the transsexual. Antonia.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel, yeah.
The YouTube.
Subscribe to the YouTube
the
channel.
TikTok. The Instagram.
Just show us some love, guys.
Just fucking love me.
Love me, please. I never had love.
Love
All right.
me.
ABC show. Peace.
Peace.